Asexual reproduction. This is the process of reproduction which involves single parent. Single parent is responsible to give birth to the offspring. Thus, the offspring so generated from the single parent is exactly the copy of the parent, both genetically as well as morphologically. That's why we use the term clone to describe these type of offsprings. Now, asexual reproduction is usually and commonly found in unicellular organisms, lower plants and animals. So, this type of reproduction is seen amongst, you can say, unicellular, then lower plants, and yes, lower animals. The various processes involved in this asexual reproduction are, the first process which we will be studying is binary fission. In binary fission, what happens? The parent cell grows and with time it divides itself into two equal halves, and thus two identical offsprings are reproduced like this. This is the binary fission. This process is usually seen in amoebas. Now, the next process of asexual reproduction is zoospores formation. In this, the parent body is containing number of offsprings in the form of zoospores like this, and when the external environment is favorable, that is, the external conditions are suitable for the sustenance of these zoospores and further growth of these zoospores into offsprings, this wall bursts and zoospores are released, thus giving rise to new offsprings. This is seen in case of Calamidomonas. The next process which we will be learning is conidias. Conidias are outgrowths which are seen on the top of the parent's body, something like this. It is on the upper end of the parent body, something like this. These conidias, as the time passes, these are detached from the parent body and grows into new offsprings. This process is seen in penicillium. The next process will be gamules. Now, the processes like gamules, zoospores and conidias are seen usually in case of monras and protistas. So, now I will be telling you gamules. This is parent body and these are the number of gamules inside it. Similarly, once they will find the external environment suitable to live, sustain and grow, this cell wall will rupture like this and they will be out of the parent body growing into new offsprings. This is seen in case of sponge. This was the case of lower animals, fungi and unicellular organisms. Now I would like to know if plants are reproducing through one parent only, will it be called asexual reproduction or won't it be? Yes guys, it is asexual reproduction because it involves one parent only. You might have heard of terms like tubers, rhizomes, suckers, nodes. Now, these all are found in plants and these all involve only one parent. Now, these vegetative structures lead to formation of a new offspring. Means these are the vegetative reproductive structures in case of plants. Thus, this is nothing but asexual reproduction. Now, we use the term vegetative propagation. Why do we use the term vegetative propagation? Because this is the case of plants, and this vegetative propagation is largely used. This vegetative propagation is largely used and exploited by farmers, nursery people to grow these plants. Now, do you know how sugarcane, potatoes, ginger is grown? What happened in their case? The stem of ginger or sugarcane, there are certain nodes like this are present on the stem. Now, as soon as these nodes come in contact with soil plus water, these nodes, they tend to outgrow roots in them. Once roots are formed, a whole new plantlet is generated from this node. So, this is the method of vegetative propagation. Now, can you name few more plants which grow through vegetative propagation? Okay guys, then what you will be doing is find out 5 plants and their process through which they grow vegetatively. Guys, as now I told you about the various processes involved in asexual reproduction, can you tell me what is terror of Bengal and why it is called terror? Okay guys, it was nothing but it was water hyacinth. This particular plant can propagate vegetatively through the nodes present in their roots. So what this plant did, it went on growing. It grew to a level on which whole of the water body was covered by this plant. The whole surface was covered by this plant, and thus the whole oxygen was scavenged, was sucked out by this plant, and thus it led to the death of all the fishes, aquatic plants and animals present in that water body. That's why it is known as terror of Bengal. But if used properly, this process of vegetative propagation can be used and utilized for farming, that too farming in such a way that people could be benefited a lot out of it.